you gotta love football in April. Here's the first play from a Michigan spring game. Quarterback Devin Gardner throws an interception, and just like that, we have a QB controversy going on in Ann Arbor. So will it be the senior quarterback Devin Gardner, or does he go with the young lefty, Shane Morris? Decisions for head coach Brady Hoke. Hello and welcome inside our Campus Insider studios. I'm Shae Peppler alongside our college football analyst Doug Chapman. And to dive a little deeper into Michigan football, let's welcome in their sideline reporter and our insider Doug Karsch. And guys, Shane Morris appeared in 3 games for the Wolverines last season, but many believe he has the talent to take the Wolverines to the top of the Big Ten again. So, Doug Karsch, I'm going to you first. Would it be a smart move for Coach Hoke to start the future now and just name Shane Morris the starter?
Well, it'll be an interesting move. Brady Hoke has some pressure to win now, and you use the word quarterback controversy, that C word controversy. I use a different C word. It's competition. I think there's legitimate competition for that spot. Shane Morris had a good bowl game against Kansas State and has shown a lot to new offensive coordinator Doug Nussmeier. But Brady Hoke said during the spring, if the season were to start tomorrow, Devin Gardner would be the guy. And here's the thing about Devin Gardner. Last year when he started as a fourth-year senior, there really wasn't competition for the position, as Shane Morris was a true freshman, fresh out of high school. Well, now there's true competition, and I think it'll bring out the best in Devin Gardner, and he will be the starter when the Wolverines kick off against Appalachian State. But I don't think it's written in stone.
Yeah, I agree with Doug, but if you look at last year, outside of the Iowa game and the UConn game, Devin Gardner had a pretty solid year, 60% completion. He lit it up against Indiana, lit it up against Ohio State. So he didn't really have that bad of a year. A few throws he'd like to have back, make you scratch your head. But overall, I think he had a solid season, and I think competition will make him better. Speaking of competition, though, Doug, Hoke said it's a competition. He said it's an open one. How much room for error does Devin Gardner have this season?
That's a great question, and I think he's got some room for error. I don't think they're going to replace him after a pick at the beginning of the spring game, and they're really excited about Jordan Lewis, the kid that picked off that pass. But, you know, the reality is if he has a bad half, a 3-interception half, Brady Hoke's got somebody else he can go to now. That wasn't the case at the beginning of last year. And if you look at the beginning of last season, Devin Gardner was careless with the football, and I don't think he felt like there was anybody over his shoulder. There's somebody over his shoulder now. Competition tends to bring out the best in people, and I think it will with Devin Gardner. But the leash is definitely shorter. You're right about that.
Yeah, I read after the spring game that Devin was excited about this spring. He said that the competition made him play better, and we'll see if it makes his game get better this fall.
One thing that Doug Nussmeier said, again, taking over as offensive coordinator, Devin Gardner hadn't fully healed from the foot that kept him out of the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl, and they didn't want him scrambling around as much. So in practice, they called it eye discipline. He had to work on reading his keys downfield, making sure that he was letting plays progress before he tucked it under and ran, because he didn't have that card to go to. So they think that injury and what it forced him to do this spring will make him a better quarterback long term.
All right, Doug Duo, Karsch, Chapman, thank you both very much for the time. And for more quarterback battles, be sure to check back Friday as Dave Miller, our college football insider, reveals the quarterback battles going on across the nation. It's only on CampusInsiders.com.